I would like to now introduce your speaker for today, Philip Vassallo. Philip, we are welcome to the program. We are now ready to begin.
Thank you so much, and thanks for making this happen so quickly and having my back throughout this webinar, Ron. I really appreciate it. By way of quick introduction, I'm the author of 3 books on work-related writing, the blog Words on a Line, and more than 50 articles on writing theory and practice by profession. I'm an instructional designer, trainer, writer, coach, and editor for corporate and government clients. A writing assessor of standardized tests such as the GMAT, the GRE. I am an international visiting faculty member, most recently for the Beijing International MBA program in China, and my doctorate is in educational theory. I am going to tell you that a lot of my training experience comes from working with auditors, so I'm sure you'll find this very relevant, although the tips are coming from these 3 books that I wrote, The Art of On-the-Job Writing, The Art of Email Writing, and How to Write Fast Under Pressure. The tips are going to be very, very audit-focused. So let me tell you quickly what the objectives are. To help you draft work papers thoroughly based on objective observations, create a department-specific template to facilitate the writing process, and to develop a clear, concise vocabulary for documenting audit reports. How are we going to achieve those 3 objectives? By breaking the webinar into 3 sections. The first objective is going to be focused on part 1, writing completely and objectively, and this is how we'll get thorough work papers. That second objective, that department-specific template, will be obviously the second part, using a template, how you can use that template to your benefit. And then the third part will be focusing on developing a style. So let's get started with that first part. You might want to think about what you audit. Regardless of what you answer here, I promise you that you'll find examples from all of these disciplines. But think about it. Are you auditing accounting processes, legal compliance, non-financial business operations, documented policies and procedures, or business best practices? Now, you might feel that there's a little bit of an overlap there as well. For example, you might feel, well, isn't number 1, number 2, and aren't 3 and 5 obviously overlapping? And the question is a good one, because the answer is, of course they might be, all right? It depends on how you see the audit business that you're involved in. But I want you to think about not only what you audit, but since we are going to be using a banking example here, the auditor is going to be AAA, Awfully Astounding Auditors. That's going to be the webinar scenario, and they'll be auditing Bankers Banking Bank, at least so that I can take you through the work papers and the template that I was telling you about, the first 2 parts of the webinar.